YouTube's creator of the decade, MKBHD, is getting his entire $1 million studio turned into a Fortnite level. And we're gonna build it.
Oh.
The only problem is, he doesn't actually know that we're doing it.
That's insane.
You see, we're always doing crazy things in the metaverse, but most people are like Marques. They hate it.
This metaverse is a terrible idea.
Which makes us sad. But Epic Games is betting big that Fortnite will be a metaverse we could all actually get down with. So, if we can convince MKBHD that it isn't all about this guy, then people might finally start taking us seriously. But we've never actually built a Fortnite level before. We're 3,000 miles away on a completely different continent. And worst of all, unless we can get his permission, we won't be able to publish the map and nobody will ever know that we did it. So how do you get the attention of the world's #1 tech tuber? I'm Marques. It's fine. We'll figure it out later, right?
Bruh.
So here's the plan. First, we're gonna have to figure out the exact dimensions of his studio, model every single last piece of it in 3D, bring all of those pieces into Fortnite's UEFN creator, and then try and figure out how to turn a YouTuber studio into a game that's actually good to play. All of which would have been completely pointless if we can't clear it with the man himself.
If a tree falls in the forest and there's no one around to see it, did it really?
But here's the thing. All you need is a little ingenuity, and it turns out we do have a few tricks up our sleeve.
Sometimes in life, you've got to take a few risks. Go for the big swing. And do what others won't. You have to go in knowing it might not work out. But everybody's got an edge. You just need to understand how to use it. And once you find that edge, go as hard as you dare.
Oh, don't worry, it's only me. But as you can see, we're bringing out the big guns to try and pull this off. More on that in a bit. But first, there's a question we need to answer.
Why? Why would they do this?
Remember when Facebook rebranded to Meta and everyone went nuts for the metaverse? Massive hype. But in reality, what did we get? Horizon Worlds, Decentraland, and a lot of scams. I mean, a lot of scams. People were not kind.
The Metaverse.
The Metaverse
is so stupid. It's just been a catastrophic failure.
But I have some hot takes on this whole Metaverse thing that I kept to myself for a little while, but I think it's finally time to share them, so buckle up.
Bruh.
And that MKBHD video was the one that got me thinking. The guy's voice carries weight, so what am I seeing that he isn't? Because I'm convinced there's something here. So the challenge was on, build something epic and MKBHD flavored in the metaverse, and maybe that would help steer the conversation in a better direction.
Yeah, that's exactly the point.
Look, the goal here isn't to shill the metaverse, it's to bring the discussion back from crypto and Web3 and Zuck and everything that's been getting in the way. See, one of the biggest problems is that most metaverse experiences just suck. They are not a great experience.
Now for the fun stuff. To electronics.
So if we were going to build something for Marques, first we had to make sure that it would actually be fun, or at the very least, useful. So we started thinking about what matters in the Marques-verse. And of course, it's this.
We want to create the ultimate video studio.
A 7,000 square foot studio that costs around $30,000 a month in rent.
That studio, I mean, that is a proper studio, and he is rightly very proud of it. But if you're an audience member, the only way you can really experience it is through the video. So I was thinking, what if we built Marques a metaverse version of his studio that his community could explore from anywhere in the world?
I feel like I'm in a video game.
Oh yeah! So now we had an idea, that raised a very big question. How do you build an accurate 3D model of a space that's 3,000 miles away on another continent?
Rip.
So the first idea we had, and this is absolutely true, was to fly to the US, find a way to sneak into Marques' studio pretending we were, I don't know, workmen or something, and grab all the measurements we needed that way. But we realized that this was not only illegal, but there was actually a much better way to do it. And that was, of course... No, we're not going to tell you what that is. Don't be silly. But I will tell you this. We couldn't have done it without Max. You see, Max is a trained architect, and without him, we could never have gotten this done. So Max called in some favors from his old architecture mates and was able to track down a rental brochure for the building, which came with floor plans, and that gave him enough data to be able to work out the dimensions. He then watched about 4,000 hours of MKBHD videos and the all-important Colin and Samir studio tour, listing out all the key items in the studio and then painstakingly modeling them.
I feel you got too much stuff, Marques.
Everything in the Marques verse is intentional. The chairs must be Herman Miller, the speakers must be Yamaha HS8, the keyboard must be a Keychron Q1 mechanical. There must be a Shen. It must be cardboard. These things matter. So Max had his work cut out. And after 2 back-breaking months, he was finally ready to reveal what he created. Oh, okay. So now you've been shrunk down.
Yeah, and I made like part of the office.
So you're stuck in the cheese.
Exactly.
Max, did you put a dick on the board?
Yes.
You put a dick on the board.
Naughty boy.
Feels like it's kind of missing something. I mean, I like it, but I have some questions. And that's when it hit us. It's the so what moment.
So what?
So, you could go explore the MKBHD studio. Wonderful.
So what?
Yep, we'd done precisely what we said we wouldn't do. We'd fallen so in love with the idea of building something, we hadn't figured out how to make it actually interesting. Maybe the Metaverse skeptics were right after all.
I am not sold on the Metaverse.
But then...
Tech demo.
Shit, y'all see what I'm talking about? This is a big deal.
Dude, yes! Epic Games released Creator Mode 2.0, otherwise known as UEFN, and that changed everything.
We have the opportunity to turn today's game engines into tomorrow's Metaverse browser engines.
6 months after we'd given up on the project, suddenly we had a reason to jump back in. You see, Fortnite is one of the most popular games in the world, played by 70 million people every month. Oh my God! This new creative mode lets you harness the power of Unreal Engine to develop your own game experiences, but crucially, using your own IP and your own assets, all within Fortnite. Okay, but this is where we hit our first problem, because an office, well, it's an office, it's designed for people to work in. It's not really designed for being a Fortnite level, for shooting and for hiding and for basically being a fun battleground arena. So the first thing we decided to do was shrink the players down, so we're tiny, tiny, tiny people on the ground like this, trying to race around. So the biggest problem you have is mobility. So the first thing we did, add grapple gloves, launch pads, we added grind rails, and we added zip lines as well. That helps you get around the space, but the challenge for us is to make sure that it's still a game that you'd actually want to play, rather than just some kind of architectural piece where you walk around and go,
oh, look, there's a nice computer, there's a nice keyboard, oh, that's lovely.
Never go in there again. We want people to actually want to play this game. So, some work to be done. So we put the hammer down, ported the entire build into UEFN, and before too long, had a pretty sweet looking map built and ready to go.
Finally.
So this build was all about the details, and man, did the team deliver. It's like you're actually there. Obviously with a few differences though. And the team snuck in some secret areas, some funky weapons, and made the robot a psychotic killer, because yes, this is also a battle arena, and it just worked so well. Easy there.
You still playing Fortnite?
Yes, because we've built a Fortnite level.
Yeah, no Sherlock.
Have you told his team?
I've been a little busy.
Stop playing Fortnite and reach out to the team.
You see, that's right. because right now we have probably our biggest challenge of all. I'm gonna kill you because we couldn't publish it.
You serious?
Epic's terms of service are very strict, and technically speaking, the map infringes on MKBHD's copyright.
It's frustrating, but I get it.
So, unless we could reach Marques and get his permission, then the map would never see the light of day.
No! God, please, no!
We're talking about YouTube's creator of the decade, possibly the most respected YouTuber in the world. He's getting bombarded with requests for collabs every week, so I needed a plan, and whatever I came up with would need to be exceptional. But then I figured it out. You see, Marques has his famous robot, that one piece of production tech that nobody else has.
It allows us to do something, at least one shot per video that hopefully no one else can make.
Well, we also have a secret weapon. And it's this, our mocap volume.
Okay, I see what you did there.
We spent a really long time trying to figure out how to make this entirely virtual studio that could take us anywhere and let us be anyone, because like Marques, we really do believe that this is the future of filmmaking. So, if we could come up with a great idea using the volume, then maybe that would get his attention. Now, back at the start of the millennium, when most of you watching this probably weren't even born yet, a little show called Cribs launched on MTV and became an absolute phenomenon. Our idea? Create Marques his very own Cribs episode, but entirely using performance capture and virtual production. So that is exactly what we did. Yo, MKBHD fans, welcome to our map. Well, I say it's our map, it's actually Marques' map, isn't it? But we have made a few alterations, so follow me and let's check it out. So basically what we've done is we've recreated his entire studio down to the very last detail, including these sound blankets. Now, if you listen, it doesn't sound very good in here, but if I go all the way through here, well, then it sounds amazing. And it's that kind of detail that we know you're gonna love. Now, we know MKBHD loves his cars, so we had to put some in here, but in order to see them, we have to shrink me down. There we go. Not only do I have this awesome beard, we've got the Model S here. Check out the 19s. Oh, fancy. Also, Cybertruck, very nice. Now, there's a whole bunch of other cool stuff in here that we need to go check out, but first, we need to bring me back up. Come on. Ah, beard's gone. That's a shame. I missed it. All right, so here we are in the green screen room, and I have to say, these gigs are looking fresh. But we have a little bit of a problem. You have to be very quiet. Come down, you'll see. This robot gets very, very angry if you're a little bit out of... Cut the camera. Okay, so look, we worked pretty hard to fit in all of your favorite MKBHD features, like this guy. Buddy! He's a good guy, really. Now, come on, let's get back on with the tour, eh? So we obviously can't do a show like this without showing you what's in the fridge. So let's take a look, shall we? Kind of fraz. Basically all fraz, because that's all we drink around here, but it's so delicious, you should too. It's not for us to encourage people to, jump on desks or anything like that, but the reason I'm up here is because in these pipes, there are some little secret places for you to snipe from, and anyone caught down here is gonna be mincemeat. Brilliant, yeah? Okay, so that's the end of the tour, which means you have got to get out of here. So off you go. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, one more thing, call me, yeah? Bye. So, it was all up to Marques and his team now. We fired off an email with a link, and then all we could do was wait and hope they responded.
A few moments later.
Oh, shit. Guys, stop everything. We have footage from MKBHD. He has played the level. Who's excited?
I am.
Let's do it.
Oh.
I'm a tiny person running around our studio.
And straight away, all that work on the details, well, he noticed.
This is unreal. Dang, the art on the wall is accurate. Podcast studio, yeah. The shades are uneven, which is hilarious. I love the Yamaha HS8s. Oh, the rotating shoe over here and everything. That's insane. A lot of golden hour lights streaming in here. Gigantic laser sticking out of the robot. That's a little different. Oh, look, it's cardboard Shen. Like, this is concerningly accurate. It's a little too much detail.
After just a few short minutes, we reduce one of the most articulate humans on the planet to a mumbling Keanu clone.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa. And eventually to just pure animal lust.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Job done.
This is actually unreal. I knew there were some pretty cool maps in Fortnite, but I didn't realize 9.7 out of 10 is what I'm gonna give it. This was a learning experience, and I'm very happy that this exists, and I hope other people get to try this and play this, because you'll basically feel like you know the studio as well as anybody here.
So this game isn't just for Marques, it's for everybody. And if you want to play it yourself, this is the code you need. Huge thanks to the Phantom Foundation for making this possible as well. We couldn't have done it without them.
GG. Seriously, GG.
We did it! We put Marques in the metaverse, and if you enjoyed this video, maybe you'll enjoy seeing me get my ass kicked trying to run an ultramarathon in VR. But there is one more question we need answering. Who do we do next? Oh. Hello? JJ! Yeah, you loved it. 9.7. Yeah. What's that? You want one too? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can sort that out. You never know, right?